What is happening, y'all? Welcome back to the third part of the walkthrough. So continuing on from here, we are going to teleport first to the city ruins entrance. There's a very quick side quest we're going to do here, and then we're going to continue on with the ruined city center. After we get through this zone, there's a bunch of side quests that pop up, so we're actually going to wait until we're through this zone, and then we will tackle the next depths along with all those side quests. So, you have this one we got to do. Just talk to this guy. He wants you to kill this guy over here.
Bring it any time. How's this?
And all these things you're seeing us pick up: Lost Shard Large, Lost Shard Medium. Those are essentially just like soul items, so you can pop those at any given time just to get on-demand haze. Particular, I like usually using them when it's time for me to upgrade a weapon. I find them pretty useful for that. So anyway, head back to the parking garage. And we're going to head down this ladder. So we got two guys that are sleeping, a guy with a shield, and two dogs. You can hold the right bumper to slide down ladders.
Stand out like a sore thumb.
Those doggos. Up ahead we got two more sleepers and an MJ-108 in the boxes. Got three sleepers.
Wow. Bring it any time.
These guys can be pretty annoying. They're like breakdance enemies.
You have to take
Do that, and then we have an invasion right here. We're going to want to take all these guys on fast. That seems like a lot, but you can just buff up, kite them back a little bit. It's the lightning buff I'm using from Coco.
Let's keep it up.
Alright, so run on ahead.
You got a fork. Which way will it be?
Get a Lost Shard, and then right over here, another regen extension factor. Some noisy ass dogs. So ignore the dogs for now. We have another loss evasion coming up. Let me go over this way.
Sorry. Moving out. That's a real gem.
Grab the hunter code, and then right here.
Much obliged.
As I mentioned, you can attack this stuff pretty much as it's spawning in. It'll make killing it a lot easier.
No harm in being prepared. Yeah, you're in the groove.
Pick up all the goodies from them. And then there's a Bardiche +1 in the chest.
I always look forward to this.
Alright, so we're gonna go around. Are you the sleeper? No, we got two sleepers here.
Leave it to me. Bring it anytime.
We're going to go left first to kill those 3 dogs that we saw before and the fatty. There we go. Got any drops for me? Yeah, you
Got
do.
something we can use?
Those. Pick up Hunter Vestige Part B. I got the Queen Iron, and then we have 5 more enemies up ahead, so we're gonna rebuff.
I knew you had talent.
Okay. The Lost Shard. Queen Iron. Corner.
It's a hole.
Then we got the pit.
The size is unbelievable. Let's head on down.
Now, this pit leads to one of the paths that we could take. We're going to be going for the boss of this area first. But we're going to go down through this pit and get some stuff before we do that.
Sure you don't fall before we can get down.
So there's a couple items that we can get in this pit as well. A Blood Barrier Tonic, a Wake 109, and a Condensed Shard Medium. So just in case you're just like, oh, I'm not dealing with this, that's what you'll miss.
Watch where you're going to step next.
Which one I go to next? I want to say it's this guy. I think it's that guy. Yep, there we go. From here, yeah. You can see Yakumo will just straight up teleport. There. Down to there. And the thing is, you have to come down this pit sooner or later. So it's really just a question of whether you want to
A lot of healing. Be careful from here on.
do it while getting all the items or just ignore the items. So we're going to, well, let's just do this. And it's going to send that elevator up. We're going to run around real fast just to get the missile for the next zone.
Hold on. I'm on my way.
Actually going to be switching up our class in just a moment here. So in this cutscene, you will get introduced. Actually, I don't remember if it's that cutscene, but you get introduced to Mia pretty shortly.
Want to try operating it?
We can go ahead and pull this now. There's a bunch of levers in this place, and they'll do one of two things. Either they will drain the water for the zone, or they will light a fire. But we are going to rest at this missile, and then we are going to teleport back to base. And now that we've reached this spot, we can get the Atlas blood code from Yakumo. Now, the Atlas blood code is arguably one of the best blood codes in the game. It is incredibly powerful for a strength-oriented build.
It's a symbol of trust.
Not only that, but I mean, strength is arguably the easiest way to play this game. So that's what we're going to showcase, because this is a walkthrough, and the purpose of a walkthrough is to show you the path of least resistance. So taking a look, most of my abilities are inherited. I'm going to go a little bit longer with Coco stuff on, and then we'll switch over to Atlas. Teleport back to the parking garage, and we are going to fight our way back up to where that patrol was at. And if you're not sure exactly, well, The good thing is the breadcrumbs stay on your map, so you can still see where you've been. And I think it's worth mentioning that as you go through this game, changing codes per situation is actually recommended. You can quite literally fight through the entire zone as one blood code, and then at the very end change up to a different blood code for a boss. There's absolutely nothing wrong with doing that. In fact, I would say it's kind of recommended. It's honestly the most attractive thing about this game is the class freedom it offers in how you're playing. And actually, let me go to audio. I noticed that sometimes the sound effects get a little bit loud with like the lightning sword hit and stuff, so I'm gonna tweak those down ever so slightly.
Stand out like a sore thumb. You have to take whatever you can use. That's a big help.
So we're just going to wait a second for the patrol. Not only do enemies all respawn, but the Lost event will also respawn. So we're going to wait for the patrol pass, and then after they pass, we'll run on through. They're going to catch up to us either way, but if we're quick enough, we can avoid them and just save some time. If we have to fight them, then we'll fight them. It's not exactly like they're hard, but... Let's just go this way. Stick to the left so you don't trigger the Lost event, and we still triggered the Lost event. Son of a bitch. Oh, guess if we gotta kill him, we gotta kill him.
Bring it in.
And it's not terrible having to do a Lost event. We're just allowing us to master all of our stuff for Coco. This is definitely one of the easier Lost events, at least. So. Anyway, now with all of Coco's abilities mastered, we are switching on over to Atlas. Atlas is a strength-oriented build, so we are going to swap to a strength weapon. If you pre-ordered and you have the Blanched Greatsword, it's quite literally just a straight upgrade to the Queenslayer Greatsword. Great weapon choice to have. I'm going to go to Queenslayer Thorn for now, but we're going to replace that soon. And then, actually, until I get my new sword, I'll use this guy. So as always, when you're switching, make sure you switch up your passives. We're going to go weapon drain rating for the time being. I'm going to move this over. I have Dragon Lunge on, which is ideal. Triple Annihilator kind of sucks. That is good to have. Venom removal down there. Lightning buff put right there. Actually, I usually put all my buffs in the bottom bar. What else do I want on? Let's keep... Oh, no, you're... Biker. Let's go with Sonic Arrow, just to have something that pulls enemies, and then I have something else I'll pick up shortly. Alright, so go ahead and continue onward. We're going to clear our way out. Should be able to get to the boss for this area. Alright, so this is where we turn for the dogs. Sure enough, here's the patrol.
That didn't take too much effort.
Alright, we got two dogs that'll pop up. They got me stunned.
How's this? Can you still regenerate some?
Let me just scroll my notes here real fast. Two dogs pop up. We have ledge monkeys. Up next. Kind of see the guys hanging off here. Get in just the right position. Not strong enough. So I think it's important to know if you're playing strength, you're going to be fat rolling. Actually, I think it's like a normal roll. It is. It's a normal roll. It's amazing. Anyway, if you are fat rolling, just block everything. A lot of the strength weapons, as you can see, it's like 83, 90, 83. So that's the percentage of damage for those damage types that you will block. What are you hitting at compared to... Yeah, we will switch to this.
What are they even trying to do?
Come and get me. Come on. Come on. Prometheus. And we're about at a rest spot. We're going to open up a shortcut in a moment here, so you don't have to worry about being low. You're not one. I know there's a couple sleepers around here. Maybe 4 sleepers and a shield guy. And even if you do go down, as long as your partner has health, they'll actually pick you on up. So, just something nice to be aware of. You know, death isn't necessarily the end in Code Vein.
Got something we can use?
Lost shard. Lost shard. Should be some fragrant tea up ahead. There's our tea.
We're below the parking structure.
Now, right up this way is the shortcut. We're going to open that and grab some more items real fast. Vestige A. We had on time. I think I can make it to the boss. Get the rotten missile.
Let's open it up and see, shall we?
GXH Assault. Delicious. So this is a very solid choice for strength builds. We're going to get something that's a little bit better. Not too far away. But that is a very good all-around starter veil for strength builds. So. See, it's another type we didn't have access to. This one creates thorns around you that you can parry. And one of the interesting things about this one is when you try to do a charge attack with it, so you can move this black thing to wherever you want and then cause a big old AoE to come out.
Don't run off on me now.
Now head on over here. And voila. Zweihander +1. One of the best swords in the game already. So now that we got that, we're actually going to warp on back and we're going to upgrade some stuff, and it'll make tackling the remainder of this area even easier. I should be able to get to the boss.
Moving out.
But we'll see. I think I can get to the boss. We only got to get through, basically cross that bridge over there that you saw. But we're going to do our upgrades first. So I'd suggest picking one weapon that you're a big fan of and focusing on upgrading that before you worry about upgrading anything else. See, I got that up to +3. I'm also going to give Yakumo some other things to get fortification.
Hey.
Exchange, give. You are
Oh,
like comics.
thanks.
And now we got our Atlas Crumb.
Fine to see you around.
And this is where things get OP. Reason we haven't been leveling up is we were saving 10,000 to do this. The reason this is broken is at this level 100, 100, 100. This is essentially a 100% damage resistant shield against all forms of physical attack, which is disgusting. Don't need foul blood, don't need guard rain. I do need that. Let me. One of you. You. Should be enough to pick up the Atlas things that I want. Tormenting Blast is a nice ability to have. Flashing Fang is essentially an upgrade to Berserker's One Blow of Madness, but even then I still don't really like using them. We just have such incredibly tight amounts of Ichor with a build like this that I don't really think it's worth it. So we want health, we want stamina, focus or receiving damage. I mean, you can learn it if you want, but it's kind of pointless. We're going to want guard drain rating, and then we're going to put on venom resist. I'll move. Where's my new ability at? There we go. Tormenting Blast gives me an AoE option. Dragon Lunge for fat damage on a single target, and then venom removal. We could upgrade our Veil. I guess we will. Won't necessarily hurt.
Which blood veil do you want to upgrade?
It's Queenslayer. Yeah, the one I want. Actually, I think the one I want is coming up. Access Assault. No, it's not. Well, we can upgrade our assault for now. Just increase our overall defenses. If you don't want to play as a strength build and you have the pre-order thing, I'd highly suggest using that. The pre-order veil is incredibly powerful for a dexterity style build. And already we are OP. Now obviously we have a fat roll with this, but when you can block 100% of damage, it doesn't really matter. What you'll notice is these two greatswords in particular, what's great here, is this is pure crush damage, while this is pure slash damage. So between the two of these greatswords, you have two different potential resistance types covered, in addition to just being generally tanky and resilient. You also have a thrust on the R1 attack, which is very nice. I don't know if I can go all the way with this, but I wanted to test it. Oh, it looks like I can. That's fine. So we're going to buff, and buff, and we're going to want to run right up and get a backstab on this fatty fast. Yakumo's gonna get us up. Nope. And this is essentially one of the hardest early spots in the game, just because you're trying to.
Hey,
you got to basically take out those gunners, and at the same time take out the fatty. So I'm gonna go back down, do it again.
Don't run too far ahead.
I was hoping to kill the fatty with my thrusts, but unfortunately that did not happen in time.
Choose your ground well. Time to clean up.
There we go.
Got something we can use?
Much cleaner. Second attempt on that. Run on down here.
Hey, that's... Sorry, Louis. I'm afraid it's over for me.
Careful grabbing. I don't think I'm going to be able to get this guy. Come on. Ooh, I was literally on the edge. So we should have another big old girl up ahead. Similar to before, get a backstab off. And we're going to charge up a heavy attack and get big damage. It's really easy to kill them when they don't have a bunch of gunners that are protecting them.
No harm in being prepared.
Here in the chest.
I always look forward to this.
It's the Nightclaw. That is an excellent dex scaling veil. One more guy up at the top. Any venoms, which are going to be nice for the boss.
This place used to be a park.
Other side.
What a lonesome sight.
Got a item we can grab right here. We got a missile, and I think I can fit the boss in on this episode. Okay, so let's see here. Run to the park, iron to the right, mist to the left. So we're gonna grab this. We're gonna head down to the park very quickly. After a couple zones, this is actually where we go to progress. We'll come over here, touch the statue, and then that ladder will fall down. We'll want to get the Prometheus Vestige Part D. Now, this boss that we're about to fight is weak to fire, so we're going to do a single attempt against it, mainly because of how tight we are on time for this episode. Ideally, you would want to bring Louis along on this encounter, or at the very least, go back to the base, and you should have enough vestiges to inherit Flame Weapon. Which actually, I think we might do that. Yeah, let's go do it. Just because Flame Weapon is really nice to have. And Louis obviously casts the firebolts out, which makes this boss even easier, but I think even just having Flame Weapon on this encounter will make things pretty cakewalk, since it's weak to fire. Besides that, you're going to want the anti-venom stuff that we already picked up from the Mercury tree. A couple things to watch out for. The boss will do kind of a rush attack where it wiggles towards you. You can roll out of the way of that. It has a few spinning type AoE abilities you should watch out for. It can launch out poison balls that should be avoided. All in all, it's not a terribly difficult boss, but there is enough stuff that is annoying with it. Stuff shows my fire. Maybe I already have fire inherited. Where are you at, Louis? We're gonna bring you along too.
Go talk. Don't forget.
Because he has some fire damage in his kit. Let's see. Let's just restore him, even though it's not showing it. I think we just get it along with some of the restoration. So we're just going to burn through these. You can watch the cutscenes if you want. It basically gives you background into Louis and the people that he used to know and kind of everything that happened before the fall of the world.
What?
But as I mentioned back on the first episode, if I was to sit through all of these cutscenes, it would essentially take this series from a, you know, this episode alone would be, half of it will be cutscenes. And, you know, quite frankly, I just don't think that is a good way to produce content. It's kind of like, You know, not in a walkthrough at least. There's nothing wrong with somebody being like, hey, you know, all cutscenes code vein, but you know, just keeping every single one of them in a walkthrough, it doesn't really make sense. You know, I'm here to guide you through the game, not show you a movie.
He was.
So you got to burn through all of this stuff, and then actually maybe we'll just do the butterfly. Might do the butterfly at the start of the next episode. Yeah, because we still got to get Hunter D, and that's coming up ahead. Because the next episode, we're mainly going to be hitting the second depths, in addition to some side quests. So, in fact, that is what we'll do. We'll wrap up here. Next episode, we will start off with a boss, and then immediately after the boss, we'll show the content that you could tackle if you're struggling with the boss. I think that's a good way to go about things. So, thanks for coming on by, and I will catch you soon enough with more.